Hello everyone and welcome back to the beautiful Faenza track. This is the track where we will be competing this week's European and Teams Championship. And with this being this week, I mean last week Sunday, because that was last week. For those who want to join the action, make sure to join the ICSES Discord, which will be linked below. Also make sure to go to my Twitch channel and give me a follow there so you can see me racing live next Sunday at 10 PM CEST. This video will cover the ICSES race, the European series, and the next upload will be the Teams Championship race. For the European series we were divided into 3 groups. I was in Group C with my main competitor Doghouse, Minardi, Mike, Tyra, IX2, Whitefaman, and many other great drivers who were in the other 2 groups, so we don't have to deal with those amazing drivers right now. The top 4 of each group continues to the final 3 weeks of this series. Now I must say that these qualifiers were not really representative of the pace I had during the race, because before this qualifier earlier this week I practiced really a lot and I did like 0.2 consistently, but like the pressure was really high and I really couldn't cope with that. So yeah, let's take a look at my qualifier here. So at the start of the qualifier you always have a warm-up lap, let's call it that. Yeah, my laps weren't that amazing. And we have Stoney, McFizzin, Boris, Suzuki, Lazar, and GOIC, I'm gonna call him, Doghouse as well. Those are the main fast drivers. McFizzin is in as well. You'll see already here that I'm a little bit shaky with the entry of the second corner there. This is the warm-up lap. I will wait for some clearance in front. McFizzin does the same. I wanted to try and stay calm here, but it didn't really work out how I wanted it to be, because here I go a little bit wide and a little bit too deep. Come to the turn 1 too fast, which means I take a slower exit. This was a pretty good corner, but then again in here a bit too slow. And yeah, too early on the grass here, which makes my car turn in less on the final lap. So this was a 0.574. And you guys should realize that the quality of racing in these groups is normally very high. Like I was expecting people to do a 0.2, 0.3, low 0.3 laps, but that didn't really happen in this first qualifier here. I was scared of Doghouse though, so I really wanted to improve my lap time, and I did, but it wasn't. I thought it wasn't really enough to beat Doghouse in this. 0.57 is really not that great. I noticed McFizzin coming behind and then Doghouse staying in 3rd place, so which means he didn't improve his lap as well. And yeah, these times were not that good, to be fair. Yeah, so we got into pole position this race. I really didn't expect that to happen. It was such a bad lap, and I was really afraid of what was to come. I was thinking like I'm gonna be slow in this race. Like, what happened? Probably Doghouse has made a mistake of some sort, like a small penalty or something odd. Something was off. But yeah, let's look at the race and you guys can see what happens during this beautiful 33 lapper on Faenza. I want to say it's in Italy, but not sure. I didn't talk to the developers about this. So I got Paul, McFizzin 2nd, Doghouse in 3rd, and Lazar 4th, Team Sender in 5th. Truly afraid of Team Sender as well. He has some pretty good pace normally. So yeah, the race started normally as else. The slipstream was 100%, so we should think about that beforehand. We take our pit stops and stuff, but you'll see right now I'm really stressing out, going so wide out of this, and then I think, yeah, McFizzin, yeah, he's got slipstream, he got the inside there, gotta let him go. I can't really defend here from Doghouse either, because yeah, he's got the inside line, gotta give him the space. Try to close it up for Lazardo, so I didn't really drop to 5th. Also, you'll notice that on my screen I don't really touch anyone that's hard, or that's like, I really don't try to make some critical maneuvers that pushes other guys wide or something. But yeah, I know that other drivers saw different POVs of things that happened, so keep in mind when watching other drivers' streams. Yeah, you can see some things. I take the inside here of McFizzin after he makes a mistake, and then I try to take the outside line, which works out of Doc's house. I made a clip of that. I was so happy with that maneuver after the race, like I posted it everywhere, I think. But yeah, so now we are back in first place after, yeah, that mistake. That's not really a mistake, but like that's good attack from McFizzin out of that final corner. And now we will have to think about strategies, because we can do a 9-lapper in here, 9-lap stint, with some quite intense fuel saving. So that means we gotta time that correctly. Got the fastest lap now, but that won't stand for long. Yeah, we'll have to talk strategy. So I was thinking if I could push for the first stint in P1, I could do my fuel saving stint in the second stint. So I do an 8-lapper and then a 9-lapper. But due to me being like, if I was second in qualifier, I would have fuel saved because of the slipstream, and then, or if not, I don't really know what I was thinking, but I was sure my tactics were planned. So with this being like a pushing stint, I decided to go 8 laps and then try to do a 9-lap stint in the second run. Doghouse with the fastest lap now, 26.7, and that's gonna improve even further. We are now in lap 7, trying to push off of McFizzin and Tim Sander, but yeah, Doghouse is following along, so I think he is gonna pit as well on lap 8 as well. So you'll see we have barely enough to make it around now. About 12 laps, so we had 3 fuel over from like 100%, which is normal. I calculate like 12 lap during my practice sessions. In the beginning it's only 11, but yeah, I'm not taking that into account. I just wanted to be sure. So I went in, but Doghouse actually stayed out, so I wasn't really thinking that. So now I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out in front of Doghouse anyway now, so might as well start fuel saving immediately, so I can keep on following him around the track while he is gonna be in first place, maybe after he has done a faster pit stop or so, because he is gonna be pushing for the rest of the race. So I was like, okay, let's try to fuel save now. This is my fuel saving stint. You'll see my lines are quite a bit different. I take a safer route, a little bit of a cleaner route, let's call it that. I stay ahead of Hotshot because Doghouse, sorry, of the earlier pit stop, but I didn't expect him to be so far behind. I expected him to be in slipstream range, because he was in slipstream range after I exited the pit and I fuel saved on my outlap, so I was expecting him to be quite close or even in front. But yeah, that wasn't the case, so he was pretty far behind, and now battling it out with McFizzin and Team Sander, so that costs him more time, and we can fuel save in peace here in front, in first place. If you want to learn a little bit more about the track and the car, look at my controller, which is at the bottom of the screen, and look at the lines that I'm taking and the little micro steering that I'm doing to take certain corners, or when I stop steering, make sure to look at those things if you want to improve. If you also want to improve more, you can join the Discord, just raise online with us, and if you have questions about certain tactics or so, just yeah, ask us. Me, Doghouse, Minority, Mike Murphy, we're all pretty open to communication about tactics because everybody knows them pretty much. But now with the slipstream it has changed a little bit, but it's not that special. You know almost what the other guys are gonna do. But yeah, we're still in first place now. You see Doghouse is closing in a little bit because yeah, I'm fuel saving. He's no longer fighting that intensely with Tim Sender in the back as well. So he fell back a little bit. So we are just trying to get around the track to lap 17, I think. And yeah, we're just trying to keep our composure. I remember that during the race, like my heart rate went really high. I could feel it in my chest, really bumping hard, but I was trying to keep it cool, keep my head in the game, and just keep my lines the same. And I think I could manage to do that, but you see that Doghouse is catching up slightly, and you will notice that after a while he gets really close, because my tires are a little bit more worn and I am fuel saving intensely. And yeah, he's full out pushing normally, so once he gets in that slipstream range he will take advantage of that for sure. So now you'll notice that he's half of the length of the lap before closer. He's already now in the corner, so next lap he will surely be catching up and my rest will be over. So I have 12 a lap calculated, so I come across the line with 11 fuel left, which is pretty good because the entrance of the pit stop is closer and you have a lower RPM in the pit stop, so you use less fuel, so that's fine. And then over here, yeah, after this corner, yeah, he's really catching up. And the slipstream does the job very well, maybe a little bit too well in my opinion. It's more of a catch up than of a slipstream right now, but I think that will be improved on even further. So we come in lap 17, now lap 18. Try to leave with 69 fuel, and we timed it almost perfectly, 99 fuel, 3 fuel off. We exit the pits right behind Stony, which is very good, so we get some slipstream. But Doghouse is behind, so yeah, he's got the slipstream as well, so we won't be losing him anytime soon because he will be staying close. I was hoping that maybe he lost the slipstream in his pit stop, but that really didn't happen. And now with Stony behind me, he will get Stony's slipstream as well. So we will have to keep that in mind. And as well, I started feeling a little bit anxious because of Doghouse behind me, and I was making tiny errors like here as well, to brake a little bit harder. Previous corner was a little bit too wide. Yeah, here I will go wide as well. So I was really stressing out. And you see Doghouse with the fastest lap of 0.1. That's half a second faster than my fastest lap currently. So that's really an insane lap. Not gonna lie. Don't know how we managed to do that. But yeah. So we got another back marker. Our next stop is at lap 25. And we will be fighting Doghouse very soon. Because you see down this straight and this straight as well right before turn 2 is really strong on slipstream, and he catches me very fast. And so now it's yeah, just trying to keep my composure, trying to keep my lines clean, and if he goes for a move I need to try and defend. So we are halfway down to fuel now. 66 tire wear left, and we are at lap 22, so after this lap 3 more laps to go and then we go into the pits, and we just try to keep off Doghouse from attacking us, from getting to make a move. You really need to be close with the with slipstream. You need to be right behind before a corner where you can actually get an overtake done. Like right here, you can't really overtake unless someone makes a mistake. Here in turn 3 and turn 4 are the most options for overtakes, I feel like. And in this section where McFizzin overtook me as well. Because if you go wide here, you can get side by side for turn 1. And then, yeah, you can overtake here through the inside. Anyway, we are now lap 24, Doghouse closing in. Yeah, we're just trying to be consistent here, because consistency is key when you're driving around like this in such a high level field. And Doghouse is managing to put me under pressure for sure, because I remembered my heartbeat being all the way up during this race. So final lap now, this is our in lap, and then we will do another 8 lap stint. And we will try to, yeah, just be consistent and try to defend from Doghouse if he tries to go for a move, but he needs to be a little bit closer to do that. My pit entries are really solid. I practice those a lot, so I try to find the fastest way in. And I think I found that one. And yeah, my pit stop here is as well. It's just very, very clean. And quitting at 49 there, and I got 99, so more than enough to finish the race. Now you gotta go some little bit farther than we were pit stopping again, so I needed a little bit more, but that's fine. Doghouse fell a little bit behind, and there you saw him make a little mistake as well. He needed to brake, he went too fast into his corner, and now I think he lost his slipstream, which means I can maybe escape him if I get my pace correctly. So now you see me pushing really hard to try to get that slipstream away, and getting the help from the guy in front of me with his slipstream really helped a lot to get away from Doghouse, so that was a positive aspect. He even went to the side of the road, but yeah, he was ghosted, so there was no need to. It was very friendly of him, if there was no ghosting. But yeah, I think we are getting away, and then you saw Doghouse slowing down a little, so I think he got a penalty there as well, which, yeah, it messed up his ability to follow. And with that in hand, I only could do one thing in this race, and that was finish it in first if I don't make any big mistakes. Small mistakes like this, for example, was something that was gonna happen for sure, because I was under stress and I was looking at my minimap like, is he closing in? But he wasn't. He was for sure closing in with the guy in front of him, but now, yeah, that guy went to do the pits as well, so he had no slipstream anymore to be a little bit faster, so he wasn't going to catch up in 4 laps or 3.5 laps. And me now getting slingshotted towards the next guy, the next back marker. And yeah, this was just a solid race from me, although I felt like my pace could have been way better. Because my pace was just, yeah, suboptimal. I didn't play for 2 or 3 days, so that's my reasoning behind it. I practiced this track, so I'm happy I practiced this track, because if I didn't, I think I would have been in much more trouble than I am now. So currently lap 32 out of 33. Doghouse, you see him sitting behind her, now coming into the first corners, and yeah, there's no way he's catching up again in 1.5 laps. So we are going to take this victory if we don't crash, we don't make a mistake, don't get penalties, don't disconnect, because that happens to someone as well if I remember correctly. And yeah, we are just gonna finish this race cleanly with a clean overtake in the pocket as well, double overtake in the first half of the race. which was still amazing in my opinion. I really liked that overtake. And then, yeah, just taking advantage of the right strategy here. And you see, I'm really happy with the victory. But we getting pole, and we are getting the maximum points on this track, 16 points, which is very good. And my teammate from the ICSTC also got first in Group A, so that's very good of him. Although we're racing separately, but very well done. Was happy with this race for sure. Then let's check out the standings. So after this victory, I come out in first place, of course, because this was the first race, and I am leading before Duckhouse and McFizzin. I also should mention, I think I mentioned that before, right, that top 4 continues to the final 3 weeks of the European Cup, where we will race against the other drivers. So we will race probably against Mike, Murphy, Minardi, Tyra maybe as well. Hopefully we'll see them in those final 3 weeks, and those will be exciting weeks for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this race. If you want to watch the ICST series as well, go ahead and do that. Normally it's gonna be uploaded right after this upload, so make sure to go check that out as well. It really was an amazing race, let me tell you that. Bye for now, and I will see you guys Sunday on my Twitch channel on 10 PM CEST, so make sure to come around and say hi. Alright, cheers guys, bye.